Good morning. Can you guys see my stream? Looks like for yes. Heavy bands are coming in now. The wind and the rain is picking dramatically now. Good morning. The rain is intensified. We had a squall about 30 minutes ago. Went by. Headwinds maybe 40, gust to 50. This band is coming over me now. It's very intense. Whiteout conditions now immediately south of Santa Cruz. The winds aloft just above the surface here. My wind direction above the surface is about 140, 130, maybe even about 110, and about 15 miles an hour overhead. The clouds are flying to the west, northwest on the wraparound. And we get occasionally gusts coming down. You see the water pouring off. I can more updates. There's back north of Kingston, um, near the toll road that goes up north there to the North Shore. Intense flash flooding and med flooding ongoing now on the southwestern flank of the Blue Mountains on the eastern side of Jamaica. There's intense flash flooding and water coming off the mountains, going into towns 3 to 4 foot deep. Just saw that on a local area. There's bands come in and gusts and at times, again, 40 to 50, not too bad at this point. My elevation here is about, 100 feet above AGL. We're about 12 miles from the coast approximately. Blackwood's going to make landfall back to my southwest. Based on the eye and the current location and the current track, the eye should pass approximately 10 miles west of Santa Cruz and about or just to my west here, anywhere from 11 a.m. to about 1 p.m. 1 p.m. It's about 9 miles to my northwest. We should be in the eastern eye wall sometime in the 11 o'clock, probably close to noon. We should get in the eastern eye wall as it comes very close or not over Santa Cruz with catastrophic damaging winds and rain. We've got it's this location here. It's a newer built, brand new house, about a couple years old, and a center block with concrete reinforced poured, hurricane clips. Roofs reinforced, tied to the wall here. I've got an outer perimeter wall that's also a center block wall that's concrete as well. You can see the concrete on the center block. So we got like double walls around the property, both an outer wall and an inner wall. So we've got two reinforced double walls. It should withstand 250 based on all the research we've done, at least 250 miles an hour if it gets that high here. The biggest concern right now, based on current structure and wind, and they've made this public a couple of times in the last 24 hours, 12 hours especially. The town, Abbeville, off to my east about 15 miles. It's higher elevation at 2,000 feet above ground level. When the winds surge in here, which will happen over the next couple hours, and they get up in the 180 to 200 miles an hour as those winds go up that 2,000 foot ridge line off to my east and goes over the town of Abbeville. They're going to have winds in excess of 240 miles an hour in that town. If you're in that town, you got to get in all the interior closets, lowest elevation you can. They're very concerned about that town being decimated. Winds possibly on the ridge lines could exceed 240 miles an hour on the ridge lines. Thank God I am not near nowhere. I was in Abbeville 24 hours ago, and my gut said come east, get off that high ridge, and that's exactly what I did. And this is where I'm at now at Santa Cruz. We're going to be closer to the eye, but we're also going to be closer to the mass destruction, right? Which is not what I want, but that's what we're dealt with. So I can hear a roar coming now. Here comes some big gusts. I can hear roars coming. The roars coming. They kept when the hurricanes approach these outer bands, they come in waves. You can literally look back downstream. Of course, my visibility is not great here because I'm at a lower elevation. So if I was up high, you can see the bands coming. But in lower elevation, as the outer bands swing by, in a distance, you hear this audible tone that's very distinct of a surging air, surging wind that's approaching your location. I kind of think of a Doppler effect. You can hear the winds coming towards you and passing you, right? You see the coconut tree up here? But so you see it's leaning hard to right now to the to the northwest. They're getting small leaf debris is starting to get deforested. There's a seagull right there flying by. Looks like a seagull. Yep, seagulls flying by, taking shelter. Yeah. By 10, 11 o'clock, we should have winds of 150 miles an hour, gusting at 200 here. 150 gusting at 200 at my location by 11 o'clock. And I think the full onset of hurricane force, nonstop hurricane force winds should be here by 9 a.m., a little over another hour and a half or so. It should be 75 plus from the worst of the worst, depending on the speed and those things, wall replacement and things. 9 a.m. to probably, well, really till 6 p.m., but 9 to 3, we're going to have 6 hours of close to 150 to 200 mile an hour winds, 6 hours of 200 mile an hour winds here at Santa Cruz, based on all projections. Looking at the stuff. Thank you for your support. The plan is right now, I'm not using Starlink because I was going to go do a walk and talk out in the street here. But um, given the fact that this band is like, it's went from like a little light shower to like, okay, I've got wide out now. The ridge line to my south and west here is disappearing now. So I've got an extremely heavy rain band coming in over me right now. It's going to absolutely go crazy here. Next door neighbor, you can hear his generator running. Power's been out since late yesterday. Josh just texted me and said he's down at Crawford down on the coast. Josh Mormon, hurricane. We got chasers all over. We got people on the north coast, Montego Bay. We got people east and west. The next door neighbor here, right for Hurricane Beryl, he put straps on his roof, and his roof didn't come off. He strapped the roof down during Hurricane Beryl, which just went just west here is a Cat 3. Red winds over 130 in this general area. Yes, the parrot. Yeah, the parrot's in shelter. He's fine. It's good. I see more ways I can hear it. One of the things we're doing is step off here. We have had a few limbs break this morning. You hear those crash to the house. These are going to come down. Look at all the broken limbs. This is at the house. It's going to get, these are going to break. This is a block filled with concrete around the entire perimeter, 360, right? This is water runoff. This is our reserve tanks for water, for bathroom, those kind of things, drinking water as well. Again, we've got two outer perimeter wall. This is a center block wall filled with concrete reinforced. Another center block house with a reinforced concrete rebar tied to the top, hurricane clips. So we got almost like, you look at how this wall is. It's 8 foot around me. So from the flying projectile, we should be okay. But you never take anything for granted, right? Especially when these hurricanes are over the top. This one's definitely over the top. Let's go look here. Watch those coconuts. It's down the street. Wow. See power lines. There's Starlink on the roof mounted. We want it to stay at all costs. It's mounted pretty doggone good. There's concrete pillar here. Well, electricity. But again, even if this, infrastructure is going to be down for a long time. We got solar. As long as the solar panels stay on the roof, we got another 8. We got 16 solar panels, about a 17,000 kilowatt system. We'll be in full sunshine when this hurricane pulls out. It's going to rapidly pull to the northeast, and by tomorrow morning we should have clear skies, sunshine, and hopefully we'll have massive recoveries coming. Folks, I cannot stress enough, we're going to need help from the U.S. and all countries. You'll have to respond to mass mutual aid to Jamaica. This is going to be a super catastrophe here. Right now, I'm not using Starlink. I was about an hour ago on the house, and right now I'm using cell service as what I'm doing right now. And but I'm sure once those batteries die in that's going to go offline as well, or the generator runs out. They're up right now in this community. That's why I wanted to try out different things besides Starlink. I could make sure this is working. So, and then I've also got Starlink inside. I brought it from the car last night, and I put it inside. I've got it in a sealed container, so if just in case we lose a roof or anything and water comes in the house, I've got it sealed. Um, and try to get a live shot out during the as eye passes or over whatever happens. And then after tomorrow morning, we'll have Starlink up and in the vehicle. I'm sure we're gonna have lots of debris to clear off the road. I'm positive of it. I mean, most of the stuff's gonna be down on the ground. Trees, telephone poles across all Jamaica, especially in the core eye. A lot of structures are going to be on the ground. So we plan on doing some kind of live emergency broadcast at sunup tomorrow morning. As soon as the hurricane, we're still going to have 40, 50-mile-an-hour winds through midnight tonight here, based on the latest models as the hurricane pulls out quickly to the northeast. At sunrise tomorrow morning, we'll start walking the area and seeing, checking on the neighbors and see who needs help, those kind of things. There's seagulls flying right there. The animals know something's coming. They're all in hunker mode. Started noticing that yesterday afternoon. Actually, my ears, I'm real sensitive to pressure changes and have been from getting hit from the big tornado back many years ago in Brady, Nebraska. And I could tell as the pressure started falling last night, my ears, you can feel this pressure building. And not due to elevation because I'm a lower elevation, but you could feel the pressure. You could tell the pressure was starting to fall overnight. This morning, every couple hours, I looked at the burn pressure on the phone and other devices, and you could tell that the numbers just kept falling. But they're gonna absolutely plunge as we get and at nine to noon. Pressure is going to fall tremendously from 990, 985 all the way down to 900 millibars. It's just gonna absolutely plunge. I'm hunkering down in east side of Santa Cruz, Jamaica. Santa Cruz, Jamaica. I'm not in the city, down the lower elevation. It's going to flood there, possibly catastrophic flooding. I'm up east of the city, out of the extreme flood zone area. Yes, the very close possibility that I could come right over us around 11 to 1 o'clock, noon to 1, 11 to 1, somewhere in that time frame, depending on the speed. But right now, my best guess is 1 o'clock is supposed to be about 10 miles northwest of me at 1 p.m. Central Time. That's standard time. We do not observe. Jamaica does not observe daylight savings time, so we're essentially at Central Time right now. Yeah, not too windy. It comes in waves, guys. That's how these spiraling bands do. You get a squall coming in, and then it'll let up for 10 or 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Then the next band rotates in northwest at 50, 75 miles an hour. And then you get another big burst of wind. And as just think of the spiraling bands, as each spiraling band comes toward us and comes over the island, each band that's closer to the eye, the winds will pick up dramatically, and it'll create increasing amount of damage. It's each band passes, then the next band will be worse. Then the band 30 minutes later will be more intense. And then the next band, once you start getting up 100 sustained, which will be there probably by 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock, that's when roofs are going to be flying, the poles are coming down, trees are going to be start getting shredded. And when you get 150 plus, which is probably going to be in that 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock time frame, maybe 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock, that's when we expect catastrophic damage in the eye, either side of the eye and through the eye. Yeah, there's a lot of dry air. Thanks for bringing that up. There's a lot of dry air embedded in the eye wall. Not only in the eye wall, but the lightning in the last hour has just exploded, like hundreds, if not thousands, of lightning flashes in the eye wall. And also, there's dry air rotating in with the outer bands closer to Kingston, between Kingston and the eye. You can see outer bands rotating on shore. Those are also going to produce tornadoes, possibly violent tornadoes on the outer bands. You got a lot of dry air entrainment into the outer bands with this lower pressure to the northeast of the eye as it makes landfall across the southern coastal areas and interior. Tornadoes and intense tornadoes and damaging tornadoes are likely for Jamaica. Not only the hurricane as it comes ashore, we're going to have intense rotating tornadoes with the bands that are coming on shore now, and they're going to intensify through the morning and during the day. We will have damaging tornadoes across Jamaica in the bands, as they, especially east, northeast of the eye wall landfall. So Kingston northward to the North Shore, you will have tornadoes spiraling around. You got to watch that. That's also going to create also a lot of damage. They'll be moving northwest anywhere from 50 to 100 miles an hour, these tornadoes and those bands. Okay, the wind's died down a little bit. Let's go out here. Okay, it's 10 miles an hour, 15 at the most. Here's another big, it's gray. Remember I was telling you yesterday when the winds pick up, it's just a solid wad of gray. Here's another big, massive band right now. This is going to steadily get worse and worse and worse. Okay. Yep. Wow, here comes the wind. Yep, here comes the band. It's going total white. Every time that ridge line disappears right here, that's my guide. That's my guide. There it comes. Here comes the wind again. That ridge line is my guide. It's probably another 300 feet higher than I am. And as that ridge line disappears, I know a big burst is coming in. Here comes the wind. Here, just on cue. Look at this. Yes, it is nerve wracking. You go from steel and then you have burst of 100. These. There we go. You know, most people stay in their houses in Jamaica. Um, they've had hurricanes here for centuries, and they're used to it. Obviously, this is on a scale they've never seen before. I'm sure there are people in shelters around the country, Jamaica, but I'd say majority of the people are at their house. It's a tradition, and that's just what they do. No, St. Elizabeth. I don't know about individual cities, people. There's too many places, too many to say about each location. I'm in St. Elizabeth County Parish, St. Elizabeth Parish as I'm in Santa Cruz. Yeah, I wish I had my Cybertruck with me. This hurricane is just so dangerous. You can't be on the road. This is not a normal coverage event. You got to stay hunkered down in a fortified facility. And as these extremely catastrophic winds started approaching my location at 10 a.m. To noon, you got to be in shelter. Yes, Team Blue Shed. Again, we're recapping Santa Cruz, Jamaica. I'm about roughly 12, 14 miles inland from the coastline. I'm not in the Santa Cruz city limits, just to the east of the city, up on the ridge line, or up on a higher elevation on the ridge line, but about 100 foot, 150 foot elevation here. It drops off significantly just to my east, but that's where it floods. So we're staying out of that. I hear some things banging. I don't know what it was. Something. coconuts or something are falling. I hear things. You're starting to hear some things banging and clanging. There we go. Yeah, all the winds are. Yeah, it's pressure's falling. Don't want to look out right now, but I'll give you an update here shortly. We appreciate everybody's support. This is going to be the long haul. This is just the first phase of a multi multi-month, multi-year recovery. This is a disaster unfolding, coming ashore, unprecedented, breaking all kinds of records, near 900 millibars. Haven't checked in the last 30, 45 minutes, but near 900 millibars. Amid Cat 5, intense lightning in the inner eye wall. There was an eye wall replacement trying to happen earlier, but the band just, instead of replacing it, just got more intense. I know there's hundreds and hundreds of lightning strikes in the inner core eye wall, which you're also going to have violent tornadoes in the eye wall. Subvortexes. Yes. Yeah, I'm using cell service right now. I'm trying different things, guys, just to see. But obviously, when the towers probably collapsed and everything, you know, goes down in that 11 to 3 o'clock time frame, could be 10 to 3 o'clock, then I'm sure everything's going to be offline. Power's already out. Has been since late yesterday. Went out, came back on shortly last night, and then it went back out this morning. Yeah, the Starlink's working in the house just fine. No drops in data. It's working fine. I've used Starlink out storm chasing hurricanes, tornadoes, and it's rock solid. Provided you don't let it get blown away, then you're fine, right? Yeah, Starlink is rock solid. I like the little bit bigger unit, the 24 by 24, 18 by 24. The bigger unit puts out more power, 50 to 100 watts outbound. It's a little bit better in this kind of situation when you have heavy rain and rain fade over the phaser radar dish or the dish. You're better to have the more power, especially in these kind of conditions. But as the Starlink continues to launch their version 3 satellites, which are much bigger, much more powerful, then you can have even a smaller dish and less power. It'll literally, you'll have and do it to the phone now, but you also will going forward. You'll probably have a chip in your iPad or in your cars, and literally just video teleconference right from your car. Those kind of things. But in these kind of situations, they're absolutely it's literally your lifeline to help and help get people recovery and getting emergency services across Jamaica. The wind's really picking up now. Still I still estimate about 30. Nothing too strong. Maybe gust to 40. ETL landfall should be about down on the coast, about close to about 9 o'clock, about 9, maybe 10, somewhere in there, maybe a little bit later, but probably about 9 or 10 o'clock. The ice should be moving on shore down there. Wow, sky's really gray. It's heavy, heavy rain everywhere now. Can't see any cloud features. A really dense, thick overcast, a super dense from the hurricane, the super dense um, canopy from the intense hurricane. It was thinner just to my north, and it was actually about an hour and a half ago. It was not sunny, but it was lighter sky, and it's a central dense overcast is coming north now. From the main hurricane, the canopy is thick, and you can see the lighter shade to the darker. And this is thick canopy now is coming in. This is the main event is approaching now. This is the main dense overcast and dense damaging winds and extremely torrential rainfall is coming in. Oh no. Oh no. Is that correct? 893 right now? Oh lordy. 3 millibars back. This is from Santa Cruz, Jamaica. Santa Cruz, Jamaica. Okay, 893. That's super horrible. Recorded 893, not in the center. The HERS A and the B nailed it last night. The 6Z or the midnight run says it's time trying to make a run below 893. Need to look at the statistics on that. Give me just a second here. As I've got to go offline for a second. Give me just a second here. I've got to do something here. Okay. iPad. Okay. Just a second. Prepare to sleep right now. I don't want to bother. I'm getting some stuff fired up data wise. Bear with me here. Stand by. Oh, man, there it is. He's in it right now. Okay. Got all kinds of lightning bursts going off on my phone. Tom, lightning's approaching my location. Oh boy, it's not good. It's going to be really, really, really bad. Second here. Okay. 893 millibars. It's going to be a super catastrophe. Keep the faith. It's going to be horrible. I already know that. Oh, man. There's the Iowa. Look at the stadium effect. Super deep. Mesovortexes, tornadoes in Iowa. It's got gravity wave clouds going out. It's got such violent winds. Look at all the gravity waves, like 200 walk in a pond. Got gravity waves on the animal going out. It's a super monster. Yeah, my helmet's right there, guys. Cameras, I got everything mount. I got everything ready. I'm not going outside. I'm gonna be going in for cover. Okay. $893 pressure. It's hurricane hunters in there. He's going through the aisle now. Let me refresh this. Wow. 160 to 180 on the winds. Suspect information rain rate. Surface winds 170, 70, 175, 170 knots. It's 200-mile-an-hour winds. Yep. Okay. And look at data so much. We know everybody knows it's a mega monster. I might go to Twitter here. Say Twitter meant X. Yeah. Let's not do that. Okay. I focused on Jamaica and see what we've got. Yeah. Just think here. This is what's on social, folks. People pray for Jamaica. Pray for everybody. 893 is much worse than anybody forecasted. We did know, Cat 3 or 4 or 5 from 2 days ago was a possibility, but we didn't know we're going to go 900. Yep. Yep. There you go. Yeah. It's one of the most violent eyeballs I've ever seen. Okay. Josh Morgan, he's down on the coast. St. Louis Parish, he's southwest of me. And Crawford, he said the winds are really starting to howl now down there at 991 pressure falling. Pressure's falling. Like a lightning structure on the eye now. Yeah. Look at that 110 knots, 893. Flight level winds 190 miles an hour. Yeah. Data's still flowing in here. Yeah. Yeah. Recapping live from Santa Cruz, just trying to get some more information here. So the current plan is right now is that as the winds continue to pick up, which they're going to pick up dramatically here, very short order, it's going to come in really hard, really fast. As that happens, as things start coming apart, going to move into the interior side of the house. Yeah, down to 893 now. Yeah, I know. There's nothing we can do. Yeah, hurricane's coming. So Garfield is homeowner. Hey, yes, yes.
I'll try. Steve Walker's asked me if I can go live, and we'll see, guys. I don't know. I don't know what we'll see. Um, we'll see what stand I have. Internet does, cell service I have. Starlink is. We'll see. I'm gravely concerned. Like beyond, you have no idea how concerned I am. It's basically looks like it's based in center. Yes, sir.
I think this eye is supposed to be coming through probably maybe like 12,
Yeah,
1.
11 to 3, something like that. Well, because the hurricane force winds are out ahead of it 30 miles to 35 miles. So if the center's just toward west at 1, probably 2 hours before that, because it's moving north at about 8 to 9 miles an hour, and it's actually increased in intensity. So it is a spiraling bands, but it's moving. It's starting to pick up speed.
So what we're getting right now is just the outer band of the rain of the storm. We're getting this rain coming in from the outer band.
Yeah, we'll have 100-mile-an-hour winds here. Probably it's 8 now. 10 o'clock we'll have 100, probably 75 to 100 here sustained,
yeah.
And then by noon to 1 we'll have 150 to 200.
We could withstand this. We could withstand it.
I know. No, you got the double. You got the double wall. You got the double.
I already tested out with Barrel.
Right.
Barrel.
Yeah, you had what 130 here at the house.
Yeah, we're here. I was here that time it came through.
Yeah.
And it's sounds terrible, but
yeah.
Withstand.
Yeah, Garfield homeowners assure me that he's a tradesman, electrician, builder. Yeah. Let me see. My wife's sending me a message here.
All right.
Give me just a second here, folks.
Your coffee okay?
Is Catherine?
Your coffee, is it?
Yes, sir. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really starting to howl outside, guys. Yeah, I'm only about my exact elevation where I'm at right here. I'm about 100 feet AGL, right? 100 feet sea level, 110 feet. I'm not up in the mountains, back to my east at Mandeville, or around, or I'm not in a hole where the intense flash flooding is going to occur, right, from the runoff from the mountains. So, and I'm about 13, 14 miles roughly northeast of the eye, the coastline, and we're definitely going to get a direct hit here. Let me look at something here. Wait a second here. Just a second here. Yeah. Best thing can help you. So, anyway, things are going to go down here really, really quick here. Let's go back out. I'm going to grab my coffee. And kind of a side note, I'll show you something. It's not funny, but it's interesting. So what I got here, night before last, Garfield didn't know anything about me, right? Blue shed, okay, any of that stuff, okay? Knew nothing about it. I come in here to go to bed, and as I came into the room, I pulled the covers back, and here's what was on the bed. Okay, this is just crazy. Believe it or not, I got blue sheets. So, anyway, that's just crazy, right? So, blue shed, Jamaica, here we go. So, it's just as crazy, guys. So, blue shed, yeah. That's one of the things in the room. Yeah. got everything charging. I put Starlink is in my case here. I've got camera. I've got everything secured. And if the windows break out here on the south end, okay, then I'm going to immediately go to. Yeah, Jeff's telling me to ding radar scope. I'll do that right now. Anyway, then I've got everything ready. We got massive backup batteries. Again, Starlink's going to be ready to carry out the mission of help. And smell something. Oh, these tea's going. There's batteries going. There's the batteries going in the house. Okay, I got my coffee with me, and I'm just gonna go out here. Okay, chill mode. Rain's picking up. I don't want to talk loud to disturb the residents, right? They've got enough to worry about. And they're both have been just absolutely, Garfield and his wife have just been absolutely incredible. Garfield has had a history during a barrel that had damage on the street. He went out and picked up debris and helped all these neighbors help, with the roofing and people. That's just, he's Garfield wins the Humanitarian Spirit Award. He's told me over the last 24 hours, we're going to be okay. We're going to be fine here. He goes, we're in God's hands, and he goes, we have a history of big hurricanes, and not this big, but this is going to test everything they've ever known for sure. But he's a super individual. To put it mildly, he's just an incredible person. To tell you I'm scared? Absolutely, I'm scared. Yeah. I can't call right now, Kathy. I can't call, babe. I'm doing the stream. I can't. It's, nope. I thought you were going to tell me next, Garfield, that you had an interior tornado siren, or you got a hurricane siren, or Cat 5 siren. I didn't know what was whistling. It's like, right. I'm outside. I'm here. I knew it was tea, but it's like it's tea time, but it's herbal time, right? So that's awesome. All right.
I'm just trying to make a little coffee.
Yes, exactly. Kathy asked me to call her.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty.
Yep. I've got to do like 6 things here at one time. Just bear with me here, folks. Somebody's asked me to turn on my spotter ID on so people can see where I'm at. And in relationship to the eye wall and eye, just turn it on. There's that, I'm done. There's that. Okay, it is on now. So if you're on some of those other programs, Radarscope, other several places, I just turn my spotter ID on so you can see where I'm at. And that is up and running now. So here shortly, in a few minutes, that you'll see a red dot here using the app that my location. Looks like there's another person. Just saw it on here. Where's he at? There he is. Got somebody over. Let's see who's over there. Oh, Brent Clement's over there. He's just northeast side of Kingston. Brent Clement. He's from the States. He's does aerial photography. Really excellent drone pilot, super drone pilot. Okay, let me call Kathy. Okay, I gotta get this. Make sure she's okay. going on? What's happening? She didn't realize I was already streaming. I said, I'm streaming. She goes, oh no, I didn't know that. So she's going to get on and start moderating the chat here. By all accounts, based on the eye wall and the current movement, 9 o'clock, I say one more hour, probably max, maybe 2 if we're lucky. One more hour, we're going to go from this till by 10 o'clock. Let me look at clock here, my watch. Yeah, 2 hours, 10 o'clock at the latest, 10 o'clock, 2 hours. We're going to go from scenes like this to mass destruction. Everything's flying. It's kind of reminds me of a Charlie situation in Florida, Katrina, Andrew. This is the mega net. Sub 900, shattering all records. If Gammons or Jim Eds or any guys monitoring the chat and different things, we'll put that into perspective. The Atlantic Basin of all-time lowest. I know 2 hours ago it was like the 6th or 7th lowest of all-time Atlantic Basin, and it was 5, it was 4. I don't know where we're at this minute. It keeps dropping. And by the way, shout out to the National Hurricane Center, unbelievable job. The guys that write the code, that do the modeling for the HERVs A and the B, absolutely phenomenal job on track and intensity. Once the core got developed and you could inject that data, that supports, the NOAA hurricane hunters, satellite era, all these the weather service people globally, not just in the U.S., it's globally. It's all the Met services globally. We need everybody worldwide for these kind of super catastrophe events, and so we can do better communication, better aid, and better relating the threat and what's coming to different nations around the world. It's something that's super needed on a global scale. But probably about 9 o'clock, rain's really picking up and start to splatter on me a lot. I'm thinking around 9 o'clock. Another hour, we're going to go hurricanes, force winds continuously. And as we unfortunately approach that, probably that 10 o'clock, we may start getting gusts to 100 miles an hour sustained, and we get between 11 and 1 o'clock, we're going to have winds gusting to probably 200 miles an hour here. We'll have total devastation. My best estimate right now in this general area, not for the whole island, just this immediate Santa Cruz area, I expect total devastation to start no later than about 10 o'clock. I can hear things starting to bang. Here it comes. This is the strongest one yet. You hear banging and clanging. There's leaf and stuff starting to fly. Not big stuff. The trees are starting to strip. The leaves and the small stuff. Again, it comes in waves, guys. It's like eerie quiet, and then 5 seconds later, it's boom, it's 70, and then it's back down to 40, and then it's back to 50, and then back down to, then you get another burst, like 10 seconds later, back to 70. This is how hurricane bands are. And of course, the local orographic lift in the mountains and the all the different terrain is also adding additional, challenges and wind surges and things, and downburst and those things. Thank you for all your support. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I held back on it. Yeah, let me go do that. Get the helmet on at that time. I need to look at something here. Bear with me here. I'm just gonna check power on this thing, because what happens is as your cell service has gone down and things, you eat up a lot of electricity. You eat up a lot of power. The family in Santa Cruz, we'll pray for them. We're going to get through this together. So what I've done is, just so you know, I plugged my, I did that for a second. I plugged the phone in at 67% power right now. The phone, because of Wi-Fi and because of cell tower service, it eats up the battery a lot. You're streaming live, so I've got power backup generator stuff here. So I've got my anchor uh, stuff going here. So we're good there. I like these. Tell you a little bit of equipment I've got here. I got this thing at Costco. I love it. It's just awesome. That little thing. Yeah, it's a LED light, very powerful. It's rechargeable. See that right there? It's rechargeable. You can actually charge your cell phones from it too. You can charge other things, right? And then it self charges, which is fantastic. So I can, this thing has it puts out just a gargantuan beam. Right, this thing's big LED. I can light up the whole block. It looks like I try to stand on at nighttime. It's like it looks like a lighting up the football field. It's like intense. So I got like 10 LED lights with me. GoPros. These are going out. I got different mounts. I've got hard mounts. These are going to go around the house, outside, cars, windows. We're going to have 360 views of the house. I've actually got a 360 camera inside the house in case things go awry. And 180 miles an hour, 98, 96. And you guys are just not good. Kathy's online now. Good. Kathy's now online. And I'll let Kathy take over and do the moderation, which would be great. And she knows what to do. So I've got about 14 GoPro betters, and these are the last two. And just you repeat top things off, you shoot. Okay, Chris is telling me this is the fifth strongest hurricane ever recorded in the Atlantic Basin. Fifth strongest in history. Yeah, Kathy's in the house. Kathy, lovely, beautiful Kathy. Yes, they got my beautiful wife. Kathy's in house. Soon be moderation, and which is a good thing. Hey, I'm going to show you guys one of the coolest, neatest lights I've ever seen in my life. So, thank you, Kathy, for taking over. Look at this. Let's see how do I do this. Yeah, probably. Let me do this. Not focus on me, but focus on the fan. I'll show you something really cool. So it's light fixtures, LED, but it has a remote control on the fan. You don't see no blades up there right now. There's no blades, right? Watch this. So I punch one of the buttons, and then what happens is the blades start rotating on top of the light, and then they whip out. And now I've got really strong airflow. Is that not the most coolest thing you've ever seen in your life? And so now I've got really strong air, right? So it's amazing. I just turned it off, and now I turn it off, and the fan blades retract, and they go back to the top of the light. So it's actually an LED light with a fan built in. You don't even know the fan's built into the light, and it expands outward when you turn it on. Is that not the absolute coolest thing you've ever seen in your life? This is just phenomenal. The homeowner's an electrician, and that's the remote, right? I need to find out where he got that at. He's got several things like this around the house that are just like like tech people, husband, wives, tech people. This house has got it all. It's really cool. It really is. Yeah, it's space age. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna stay here for just a few minutes. I want the phone charged. We don't want the phone to go dead, right? So, because when you're streaming, the phone eats up a lot of juice, a lot of juice. I do have a power bank, and let me grab that. I've got that real handy right now. I could do that. Go outside. Hang on. I'll show you. Just a second. Here is a tech deal. About 10,000, 20,000 milliamp. Okay. It's got a little USB-C and standard USB. So I'll take the USB-C. Here's my two USB-C ends, and plug it in. And I will go from that charging, and then I'm gonna plug it in, turn it on. It's full power. This thing will last a long time. Now the phone is charging and it shows it's charging, right? So let's go outside. And here we go. The wind's picking up. I can hear a bunch of rumbling going on. Yep, it's picking up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll put this phone down. Oh yeah. It's just staying here. Maybe higher. Yeah. Get that off me. Get that on you guys. Just stand by. Let me give me some coffee here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here we go. You want Garfield? Do you want to say something? You don't have to. Would you like to come out and say something? Oh, sure, sure, absolutely. Here we go.
To the beautiful people in the world, good morning.
Garfield is. I was telling you, the folks want Garfield. You got such an opportunity spirit, helping Jamaica, helping your neighbors, and he proved it in Hurricane Barrel. He's doing it with me. This guy. I'm going to award this guy. I don't know what to say.
I'm happy you're here to document this thing.
Did you hear what he just said? I'm happy. Yes, Garfield opened.
I'm here to document this thing.
Yes, we're now, I think, the fourth strongest hurricane in the Atlantic Basin ever in history.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
But I think we'll be okay here.
yeah, we're gonna be okay.
Hoping for the best.
Yeah, we're hoping for the best. We know there's gonna be some damage around, but we're gonna, if we have to hunker down, we will do that. Obviously, we're hunkering down now, but we're gonna really hunker down in a couple of hours.
Look at that wind there.
I know. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. We see these things coming. So what I did, and you'll appreciate this. And watch his reaction when I show him what I just did. He doesn't know yet. See this cord coming out? Coming out. You wonder what's going down in my pocket?
What's going on there?
Yeah. So I'm down to 70%. So I got a 20,000 milliamp battery.
Oh,
So,
wow.
okay,
Cool.
USB-C. So in other words, we keep the stream going, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The stream goes down, right?
But
You know,
we already lost power from the grid. We're running off of solar.
exactly. Solar, and you got a 17,000 kW solar or battery backup in there.
It's 28.
28,000.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, 20,000
Yeah.
battery backup. Guys, I'm telling you,
Space back there. We got a lot of power, man.
you have a lot of power. You guys think I have a lot of power? This guy right here is a machine. He's a real mellow machine, but he's very, very good. We love Garfield. He's been an absolutely incredible host. And by the way, I'm gonna brag on him here. He cooks. I've had about 4 dishes I've never had in Jamaica before, but his scrambled eggs breakfast, it's pretty standard. But here's the thing. He puts his spin on it, and I'll tell you what, in the special bread. What was the name of that bread?
That's just the beginning. We got a lot more to go, man. We got a lot more food.
You wouldn't believe this stuff. He started on me. I was like, oh my gosh. He says, Jeff, he goes, what do you think of this? But this guy is a cook. He can open a restaurant. I mean, he's got the personality, the drive, this guy's awesome. Okay, incredible food, incredible host, and entrepreneurial spirit, and he's just awesome. Here comes the rain, buddy.
Just go ahead and enjoy yourself, man. I'm gonna go outside here and see what's going on.
Yeah, here we go. Yep,
Going on.
yep. It's a bounce.
Things going all over this.
Yeah, yeah. Here's the trees are starting to shred. Yeah. Uh-oh. You hear the booms coming. There we go, guys. Yep. Yep. Hear that thundering, boom, boom. Yeah, there's tree debris. Back southwest. Oh, you're talking about the eye? Yeah, the eye southwest of us, southwest coming northeast. Yes. The eye will be. I think we're going to be in the eye. Earliest 11, latest at 12:30. We're going to be in the eye.
Okay. We could withstand that.
Yeah. Garfield, we don't want the eye, but
Right,
in
but
the fact the eye's going to come over, so we'll take it, right?
So we gotta have to stand up to the eye.
You hear what he said? He wants to stand up live for the eye.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to be live. We're going to try to be live in the eye. If cell service is down when the eye gets here, or Starlink's down internally, then I can pop Starlink on the car. I've got the inverter already ready. It's already wired.
Look at that. You got that tree that popping. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Oh, it just broke. The tree across the street just broke in two. Big 12-inch limb just broke off. Went flying northwest bound. The wind came. A big surge was coming in from about 1
140, 160 direction, just over 50 now. Big trees are breaking in Santa Cruz. Just had a big tree break. A lot of debris flying in there now, small leaf debris. The trees are starting to slowly get shredded.
Yeah, I'm coming inside here.
Yes, he's coming in. We're both going to be coming in here. Good morning, Garfield. Everybody's saying hi, Garfield. Everybody's, and they asked a lot about the parrot. And I said, it's okay.
Let me open up the escape. I need to let you wake up.
Sure. Oh, you're going to do the morning wake up with the parrot this morning. Let's say good morning. We don't want to scare him. I'll stay back. Good morning. He's hunkering back in the corner. He knows pressure's fun. He knows something's coming.
Put the cover back down here.
Yeah, sure. No, I know. Yeah. It spooks her a lot. We're going to keep her protected. Cover. Okay. He does have a link to the parrot cam. He does have a ringtone into the parrot cam. Somebody goes, you need to have a live link to the parrot. I said, he actually does. We don't want to give access to it, right? So no. So no, don't do that. Still moving slowly. Yeah. Thank you, Garfield. Yeah, we know that we talked about that. I set our coffee down. Water's increasing. We're off the roof here. Thanks, Adam. Well, we've got a double set of concrete walls. We got a block wall out there, outer perimeter goes all the way around the perimeter 360. The south wall and the east wall and the north wall is over 6 feet high, foot thick. It's center block with reinforced concrete in the outer barrier wall, which goes around the entire property. It's really high on the back side of the house and the south side. And then the interior, again, center block, concrete reinforced, steel reinforced, tied to hurricane clips to the rafters. And it's all, the steel is tied to the rafters. We've got straps in the attic. So I built this house. It's supposed to withstand a Cat 5. Okay. He's been through a Cat 3. And a lot of the newer construction, even some of the older houses, a lot of them from even 40, 50 years ago were built 1 foot, 16, 18-inch thick walls, right? Not every house, not every building, but a lot of them are. My biggest concern, and it's just talked about this, we talked about it for 2 days. I can't say this enough. Obviously, it's going to be a biggest problem, but one of the things that's come to light late yesterday, more or less last night, and it's going to be it's going to be a big problem, and that is the higher elevations when on these south facing slopes. I've learned something new being on the island, both from a meteorology point of view and dynamics of the wind. But as these from the surface up to even 10,000 feet, you have these 200-mile winds coming in at the surface and disposed surface. We call it 1,000 millibars, 900, 2,000 feet, 850. And as you get these elevation rises, from the south coast and does that too, especially over by Kingston. But we also have big high, we got some 2,000 foot rises over at Maidenville east of here, about 10 miles, roughly 10 or 12 miles east of here. What the theory is that as these 150 and 180 mile winds come in and hit that face, because just east here, it's like kind of like the Grand Canyon. You've got this big opening, you have to take this big road. It goes way up and you climb 2,000 feet. I'm at 150 AGL right here, 100 foot elevation, about 33 meters. Over there, they're at 2,000 feet. So the fear is that, and it's going to happen. This I can't. You hate to tell people this, but it's been out, so people know it's coming. The biggest fear in the meteorology community and the hurricane center, as these extremely destructive winds, 200 plus mile an hour winds, maybe have gusts to 250 on top of the mountain. As the wind comes in, it accelerates as it hits the face and goes up even higher. So we expect 200 plus and probably gusts to 250 or higher. Maynville's one of the towns I'm extremely concerned about. It's going to be devastated. Um, so any of these towns are at high elevation, especially on the southern half of the island, where you're getting full impact of the eye, especially it's 893 millibars, winds 200, probably gusts to 250, just above the surface, hitting these mountain faces here, and structures that the roofs are going to peel off, that the buildings are going to collapse. And I think we're going to find communities, unfortunately, in this eye wall and to the right of the eye, and even on the left side of the eye, they're going to be totally decimated. I mean, totally leveled. Unfortunately, it's our worst. It's worse than our worst case thought fear that we thought was going to happen 48 hours ago. I thought I was coming down here for a Cat 3, maybe a Cat 4, worst case scenario, right? Until this thing got really developed in the last 24, 30 hours ago, didn't really realize that I not only going to go to Cat High 4, Cat, for sure, the loud boom, like a big a boom. And anyway, it really in the last 24 hours, this thing has went from really bad, extreme to catastrophic to possibly, hope to God we don't go any lower than 893. It's going to be melon shore, hopefully pretty quick. That we get, this thing is going to be at a level that I don't think anybody anticipated. I'm going to get a shout out to the Hurricane Center and the Andy, the modeler that works at NHC as one of the modelers on the HERS A and B. That model did just a phenomenal job. About 24 to 36 hours ago, they're like, hey, I'm going to take it to sub 930. And a lot of people are like, I don't know if it's going to get that strong. And then it shoved southwestward and went west in the deeper, warmer waters. 896 now, 180 mile an hour wind sustained. Jeff Williams just texted me. And you see update 109.86 pressure and 180 mile an hour wind sustained, guys. We're going to gust to 250. So, yeah. So, we'll see how this happens. And, but, it's going to be, if I was going to be a low end Cat 5, high end Cat 4, it's right now, it's getting on up there to mid to high Cat 5, right? It's about as bad as you could absolutely get. You got a trough coming in from the west, which you got the jet stream. You got the big, get too geeky. You got the big jet stream. There's a big ventilation. So you got ventilation over the hurricane right before landfall. Okay, it's getting really bad here. And I probably got 65 plus now. And it's venting it's venting the storm, the hurricane eye. And so it's making it extremely efficient to continue to intensify, which it is. Yeah. Yeah. So I see lots of small, not big debris yet. Just the trees are starting to shred now. Slowly but surely. This rain continues. It's pouring off quite intense, right? Yes. Kathy's about 2 weeks ago, I had been doing a lot of house projects around the house, inside, outside, and came down with some poison ivy, sumac. I had it on my arms, my hand, my eyes, had it for like 12 days. It looked like I'd been beat up, just face swollen up. So I had to go to the doctor and get a steroid shot about a week ago. And I look way better now than I did. Yeah, a week ago you saw me. It's like, oh my gosh, what happened? Matter of fact, when my doctor walked in the door, you got to tell him ahead of time what's wrong, right? While you're coming in for. He opens the door, he sees my face, and he goes, "Oh my gosh, what happened to you?" I'm like, I got poison ivy. So anyway, you never know, right? So anyway, let's go back to hurricane. That's enough about that. Okay, it's really picking up. We're in Santa Cruz, Jamaica, about roughly 15 miles in from the coast. And the water's super, super duper poured off now. This is torrential rainfall now. I'm going to estimate it's raining right now at 3 inches an hour. I'm gonna say it's raining at 3 inches there right now. Absolutely catastrophic rain rates right now, and it's northeast eye wall because it's coming off the coast. You got 100+ mile-an-hour winds just probably above the surface here, forcing against the rise in elevation. And you're going to have absolutely tidal waves of water coming down the mountains. It's already occurring to my east, coming up the Blue Mountains. Winds continue to ramp up. They're steadily increasing now. I'm still on soul surface at this point. They stop flying. Here we go. Things are banging and clanging. 892 millibars. Yeah. No winds are okay. The surface winds are starting to respond to the eye approaching from the southwest, and my winds are now before they're out of it about 140. They're coming around to more like 090 to 080 now because my winds maybe 070 now, gusting to 75 now out of northeast northeast now. Winds are increasing as the eye is back to my south, and we're about to go into total we're going to go and sustained hurricane force winds now are now approaching, and we're going to go continuous nonstop. It's going to get worse here by the minute. And as it continues to approach our location, we're still several hours out from the super destructive winds. It is 8:29 currently in Jamaica. Outer eye walls now is the outer north eye wall is now approaching the coast. From Jeff Gammons, another hurricane chaser. Okay, stand by. This is from Jeff Gammons. Show my location. Radar scope. There's my location. There's that eye wall. It's coming, guys. To the northeast. Here we go. Again, I'm not going to get out in it. We're going to stay inside through the duration. Too dark. I'll stay inside. Will not be going outside. Coworkers texting me, telling me unofficially what's happening. Noon. People are all pinging me from all over the world. Manning meteorologist in co-workers, meteorologists, 180 miles sustained, 896 millibars, fifth strongest ever on record in Atlantic Basin in history. Yeah, this house is a center block, concrete reinforced in the center block with steel. It has a hurricane roof on it, meaning that it's strapped to the wall with hurricane clips. It did during Hurricane Beryl. He had 130-mile-an-hour winds in the area. Except for a few trees and stuff in July 3rd, 24. This location went through a Cat 3. Of course, Cat 3 and a high 5 is a totally different situation. It's not a, twofold increase. It's like a tenfold increase in pressure against the walls and your structure, right? It's a total different deal. I think let's hope the roof doesn't go. I think there's a possibility the roof goes. I think the lower walls, because we've got the double concrete walls around the property, on the east side, the south and southwest side is all concrete, a 6-foot concrete block, reinforced wall. And then you've got the house, same thing. Based on my quick engineering studies, real quick, using broken my building deals and punch the numbers in, it said just the house itself should withstand 250 miles an hour. But with the double wall and the deal, it should easily withstand a Cat 5 hurricane, just because of the way the construction is. 892 on the drop. So I got you. Right now, I'm on cell service, not on. Um, I'm on cell service. I do have Starlink in the house. It's still on the roof. No, it's just on the south end. Power lines are bouncing. And again, guys, things are going to get really, really, really crazy here. We've already got some trees broke. A big. I was zooming that for you just a few minutes ago. Yeah. No. Who's over calling? I can't take a call. Nope. Can't do that. So, yeah. Yep. So. Yep. We did have about an 8-inch or so limb break. That was bigger than that. It was about 8 or 10 inch across the street. Big limb come flying down. It broke off. You can see it over there. That big tree. That's that's like the second wave of outer bands came in. Yeah, I've got earbuds. Yeah, I've got the buds. Got 2 or 3. Hello. Hello. Hey, Mike. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize the number, buddy. I'm in. You know where I'm at. Yeah, I'm covered up, buddy. Yes. You want me to picture on the street, Mike? That's Mike Collier checking on me from Tulsa, Oklahoma. There's Mike. Yep. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, thanks. I will, buddy. Thanks, Mike, for checking in on me. I appreciate it. That's my meteorologist from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you, bud. Yeah. So all the Mets, everybody worldwide is every meteorologist that knows me, that follow me, chasing my coworkers, station connections. Ben Luna, yes. Everybody worldwide's touching base. Good. Yep. Trying to do 50 things at once. All right. This will test your adaptability to overcome, stay laser focused on what matters, and that is my life, Garfield's life, keeping safe. Video doesn't matter. You know, that's fine for people to see the video, those kind of things. Everybody wants to see video. At the end of the day, it's about helping Jamaica. It's about surviving the hurricane. And as soon as the hurricane goes by today, it's about helping the people here that are going to need massive help from around the world. That's the most important thing. Nothing else matters. Don't ever forget that. Yeah, my winds have changed. I went from more of an east-southeast wind. Definitely have picked up out of the northeast. I've got probably an 05 wind here, maybe my best guess. 05, 04, 05, something like that. One of the things, I'll go in and do a demonstration for you guys. Hang on. I don't have a coffee can. I can use my lid, my wife. I'm going to sit down on the couch here. That chair. Let me show you something. Oh. Yes, sir.
Let me know when you're ready to do the hide. Let me know when you're ready to go out and do the hide.
Oh, okay. Okay. Garfield's Jeff, let's open the gate. Just go on out there. Let's get in there. Garfield's ready, man. I'm not laughing. I was just going to explain to people what happens. I was going to show my cup that this is a Yeti cup, but I'm going to try to show it a different way. You know what, Garfield? You ain't going to believe this. The pressure's lowered so much, I can't twist it off. Yeah, see if you can twist that off for me.
Yeah, it's pressure low.
Yeah, the pressure. And I barely put that on. That's crazy. Huh? It's open, Garfield. Because no, it twists off. The top twists off. The pressure. There you go. Is that crazy? That's crazy. So what happens is, I'll sit right here still in my lap. So what happens is,
and I explain this to people. This is the education part. So what happens is the hurricane's like down here south of me, 15 miles, 20 miles south of me here. And what happens is my winds are now coming out of the northeast. They're on this side of the house or houses or buildings, in this area. And so what happens is the wind, it starts creating a lift on one side of the building. And as the eye, depending on what it exactly does, if it comes over me or if it tracks just west of me, and the current forecast comes west of me here, what happens is that the wind will start changing direction. So as the eye passes our location in Santa Cruz, or anybody as the eye passes to your west, the wind, 150, 200 mile winds, it picks up lift, and it continues to pick up lift as the eye passes, and the winds change direction. So what happens is, a lot of times it's not when the hurricane's approaching you, it's when you go from that northeast wind, and then all of a sudden you whip around to a southeast wind or a southwest wind. A lot of times I see a lot of roofs fail when you go from hard southeast to hard southwest. The roof will go like this. It peels and it takes off, right?
Here it comes, Jeff.
Oh, the palms coming down? Okay. I got it. We're picking up dramatically. Okay, we got things breaking. Yeah, palms are breaking in his house here. Hang on. It's getting bad. Quick. There, the palms are breaking in his yard. What do you see, Garfield? It's shredding the tree debris. Got a couple palms break right there. We're gonna have those. You gotta watch out for those big guys coming down. Coconuts. Yeah.
A couple of broken trees right there.
Yeah, there's a couple in the back of the house I saw a while ago too. That big old tree.
Yeah, cracking.
Yeah, more trees are getting shredded. There's more and more debris in the air. It's slowly growing on the debris field.
Yeah. Let me check on the
Sure, absolutely. He's checking on Parrot. We're gonna, to be honest with you guys, we're gonna start getting really busy here. How about that? I got my own blue shed chair, bedspread. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Santa Cruz, Jamaica. Santa Cruz, Jamaica. I'm about 14 miles to the northeast of the eye, making landfall. The eye is supposed to go west of me. We possibly could be in the eye, either the northeast eye quadrant. We could be in the center of the eye. Best guess is right now, my absolute best guess is right now sometime, I'm gonna call it 12 noon. It could be as early as 11:30, but 12 noon, but I'm guessing right now between, let me look at the clock, because these bands are getting worse and worse. Like every 5 minutes are getting more intense. We're just now, let's see what time we've got here. We are, what's our look, we're 8:40. So making up 9:40, 10:40. I'm gonna say by 10:40, by 10:40, 8:40.
I thought it was like 6 p.m. This time it's so dark.
Yeah, Garfield said, let's get Garfield in here again. People keep wanting to hear from Garfield.
Yeah.
Garfield, you said it, what did you say? Repeat that
I
again?
thought the time was like 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Yeah, he said, because what happened is, as I was talking a while ago, Garfield, about what was going on, is that we have the central dense overcast from the hurricane, the center, the really thick cirrus deck from the big storms has now came over us, and that's why it's gotten so dark. Not only the storms and rain, but the super thick, dense overcast that you see on satellite is now coming over us, and that's what's happening. He's talking about how dark it is. I expect damage, as the trees and stuff go first, limbs, power lines, as you start getting up. We get 75 sustained, 100 sustained, another hour or two. By my calculations, the speed of the movement of the hurricane in the direction of the 150 mile an hour winds around the eye, I'm thinking we're going to be in 6 hours of 125 to 175, maybe 150 to 200. I'm thinking like 6 hours. Yes. Thank you, Misty. My niece just reached out to me saying that she's watching us live from back in Texas, in the Dallas area, just southwest of Dallas. My niece, Misty. Yes, we have solar. We have solar on the roof. We have 28,000 backup battery. We have a physical generator that runs on power as well, that's a portable generator. So we have 3 redundancy backups. The main thing is after it passes, providing the 17 solar panels stay on the roof. He's got hurricane clips on it. If those stay on, we should be able to maintain everything, including internet, lights. We're not running the air conditioners or mini splits at this time, but just to conserve power. But so far, all good. But that's, let's see how we survive. Let's see how this thing shakes out here over the next hour, next 6 hours. We're going to have, my best guess is we're going to have about 6 hours of just total destruction. It's going to be absolutely horrific. And by the way, when the worst gets here, it'll be zero visibility. You will not be able to see this wall right here. It'll be total zero visibility. Not just the rain, but the pressure pressure lowers and the air saturates. It'll be like a fog bank with 150-mile winds. You probably won't be able to see the fence right here when the winds are like 125 sustained. As the eyes approaching, you will not be able to see 20 feet past this gate here, 10 feet. It'll be a total zero visibility whiteout. You will not, all you'll hear is clanging and banging, things ripping and horrible noises, but you will not see anything flying through the air. Not in the Cat 5. It just doesn't work that way. And the eye. And then hopefully we can get the stream going again right when the eye should come right over us or nearby. I think we go in the eye at some point, noon, maybe as late as 1, noon to 1, somewhere in that time frame, maybe as early as 11:30. We're going to stay. I'll go out and take pictures, try to get the stream live in the eye wall if we can. If we do, fine. If we don't, fine. But I'm going to stay on property. We're not venturing out anywhere because that back eye wall comes in. It'll be absolutely horrendous. Now the debris is going to start flying the other direction. Right now, if it does track west of me, the debris should initially fly off to the from the east, from the northeast, east, and southeast and south as the eye's approaching us. As soon as it passes, we'll be in the eye, and then we're going to go abrupt south-southwest wind and then a west wind of about 150 on the backside, and then abruptly a northwest wind. And so we're going to have a full 360 of winds here, maybe 300 degrees of wind of over 100 miles an hour. Yeah, Kathy's on the. I can hear the roar coming. Here come the higher winds. Here it comes. It's coming in waves now. What was I eating earlier today? So Garfield made plantain and cut them open and then cooked them and then smashed them and then cooked them, and then we had chicken sausage. Yesterday I had something else. I had scrambled eggs. Really, really good. Hang on, everybody. Getting all these messages from everybody. Okay, guys. Yeah, chicken and rice yesterday afternoon too was great. Thank you for your support. Yeah. So far it is. Let's see if Garfield's got that remote handy. I know he does. He's got one more remotes. Let's see here. Hey, Garfield. He might be. Let me check this real quick here, guys. Not outside right now. Let's look at the eye real quick. Lights going off.
What are you saying, Jeff?
Hey, just touching base with you. People probably want me to go out and look at the.
Oh yeah, people want you to go out there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. You're safe. Just be safe. Just be safe. Just watch out for debris, falling debris, and stuff like that.
Here comes. How far do you think? How far do you think that northeast eye wall is from us, Garfield?
It's like, let me see. Look like it's maybe like 100. It's still in the water up there, though. You can tell.
Yeah, let me
It's still-
make sure it's updated because we might be running
it's
behind.
like yeah, maybe like 100 and something miles out there.
Let me see what we've got current time.
Yeah, right
13:35. Yeah, is that right? So that'd be 7 something. That might be an old image. Let me double check this. This looks old.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's definitely close by.
Yeah, it's maybe like 100 and something miles off the shore. Not off the shore, but off the shore of off this shore right here.
Mm-hmm.
Black River. So it's gonna hit Black River right here.
Mm-hmm.
Black River, Santa Cruz, and all.
Well, I just noticed something here. Look what it just did. That last couple frames. I mean, look at this. Boom. Did you see what it just did? It was moving northeast and it started looking due north again.
Is it wobbling?
It looks like it's moving due north. It's northeast, but man, it sure looked like I'm looking at the center line now. It's still moving northeast.
You know, we're right here,
Yeah, I know we are.
right there.
We're going to be in the northeast side. I was going to come right over us.
Mhm.
Yeah, little wobble. Man, that's crazy. That is. It's looking at aircraft. Let's see what they. Maybe we don't want to look at aircraft and find out what's going on. Okay, Jeff. Low level in storm now. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, he's going in now. He's going in right now. That's live. Hurricane Hunters. That's no Hurricane Hunters going in live. We're going to have a new update. There it is. He's going in. He's doing a deep dive. Here we go. Hurricane Hunters.